Hey guys, we are back again. I don't know what happened to my video. It kind of got deleted. But anywho, want to get into this update with Jess Hilarious and everything that happened at the Breakfast Club. If you guys watched my last video, Jess kind of went in on those people at the Breakfast Club. Well, guess what? She showed up to work, y'all. She came to work. I know y'all probably thought that she was going to quit, but baby, she came to work. Now, that is despite, I mean, I don't even have to say allegedly. She says she really not really there, never there anyways, but she came today. Let's get into what happened.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
So Jess came to work today, but to me, it was a whole mess anyways, because let's just get into it. Let's get into what happened when she came to work and what was said and what they talked about.
All day.
Yeah.
I think she's number 9 right now.
Okay. Because I was sitting at home last night trying to watch Magazine Dreams, and I kept getting a bunch of phone calls and text messages, and people was like, Jeff Larris is going off on live.
Oh, we have audio.
Okay.
We're supposed to be a team up there. Not one person comes to my defense at all. Like when I'm like, not one mother ever with this online. Come on, I've been quiet a lot. Just hilarious is quiet. It's a mother reason. I always got my mouth open all the time. Just ran like a high school. It is Fair East Side High.
I agree with that.
Fair East Side High.
Fair point.
For Mr. Clark. Every day, and they always talk about, you ain't at work, you ain't at work. Yeah, I started picking up more shows. Hell no. This I'm getting, hell no. Hell no. I have more fun outside the studio than I have in there now. Is you crazy? No, act like that's not for real. Act like nobody knew that. Stop acting like y'all, like,
What
we
part?
really...
What you mean we don't have your
I
back?
have more-
Break that down. Explain how we don't have your back.
Okay, all right. So the narrative, like I said, with the online-ish, that's what I said. Y'all ain't nobody trying to clear up no narrative about nothing. Ever since I came back, it was weird. Yes, it was weird. Yeah, I at first, no, I did not. I wasn't too fond of Lauren. No, I wasn't too fond of her when I came back, because we had a whole plan, even how when I came back, how I pick her to fill in for me, right? I come back, she ain't never leave. Then, all right, cool that she don't leave, but she's on only during my segment. If she was meant to be a fourth host, move her in another way. Why she got to be moved in on? Because nobody had a problem with Jess with the mess until she started reading right. You know what I mean? Till she started reporting. I wasn't hired as a reporter. I was hired as Jess with the mess. So she started reading and delivering details and all that stuff.
Yes.
Then that's when Jess with the mess wasn't good enough no more. That's how it was presented. So I'm like, all right, cool. I
Who said that though? Because the internet said
what
that?
are we talking about? No. This is our listeners. This is yeah. Why can't we worry about the comments? And these are people that enjoy the show and watch the show. It's not all about Instagram. It's YouTube. It's like we have people that have been watching the show. Yeah, she's great at what she do. That's why I picked her to fill in for me. But when I came back, it's like, what's going on? If she's gonna be a fourth voice, why she only gotta be a fourth voice?
Or correct me if I'm
my segment.
She wasn't a fourth voice. She was a producer. She was hired as a news producer to help with getting all news and doing interviews.
She was going to be the senior news producer.
She wasn't on there. When you came back, Lauren was not on there. She was in the back doing questions, sending interview questions, reporting the news. Am I lying?
I thought you
You lying. She was on air. She was on air.
They told her don't step in this room.
Yes, but I thought you was using her on purpose.
What? You thought I was using Lauren on purpose?
Yes.
No. What are we talking about? No. She didn't leave when I came back. The first day we had a whole situation. Like, all right, look, this was going to happen. And when it's time for us to roll, it changed. No, the first question was about, the only person who asked me about my baby maternity leave was Envy. All right, I walked in. She addressed the hate in the comments. That was the first thing she addressed when I came back. I'm like, what the hell would make her want to think I want to talk about that?
Off air though, right?
So yeah. We started talking off air. But
I'm saying even prior to you even coming back.
So then I felt uncomfortable that first day. So I'm like, all right, look, Thea was like, all right. Well, we'll just take her off air. She was back the next week. All right, cool. Because there was a voice. Y'all wanted her on air. There was a voice. They wanted her there. They wanted her here. There's a place for Lauren in the show. All right, cool. If there's a place for her on the show,
you wanted her here
do it another way. Yeah.
Because you said you wanted to change the segment from Just with the Mess to the Lauren.
That was eventually. Okay. Even when it came down to it still being called Just with the Mess, and then I'm introducing her to introduce stories. That was pointless and it was stupid. It's no Just with the Mess. Just make it Brown Girl Grinding or Lauren with the latest or Lauren's Legal Corner. I'm giving ideas. I'm like, yo. I even went to Taylor, yo, change that. Take that Just with the Mess off of there. I feel like I'm getting credit for something I'm not doing. And it's stupid because this is not, what she does is not Just with the Mess. I read headlines and I give commentary. I say what people thinking.
I agree. Can I ask
you know what I'm saying? Yes, she's more of a reporter. She's journalism.
Can I ask a question?
What?
Why didn't you wear the do-rag this morning?
Because
why you joke so much, man?
What you mean?
And it's not a do-rag, it's a silk scarf, nigga. But it's not a joke. I'm serious.
Bring it to the radio. I want to laugh.
It's not a joke, but it's not a joke.
It's a serious issue about it.
It is a serious issue.
Okay, let me just sit back and watch then, because I'm not Joe Clark.
Because it's not.
I am actually. You're my baseball player.
No, it's now Envy. That's what I'm saying. No, nobody has even tried to clean up the narrative that I'm a villain, man.
You're not a villain.
What? Yo, stop. Like you don't live in them comments too, Charlotte. Stop acting like you don't understand.
What do I always tell you? I say stop listening to the internet. Stop listening to the comments. Stop listening to the folks on YouTube. Don't let them trick you out your position. What you did last night is what they want you to do, and you can't let the internet win.
No, but look, it's not even about what they want me to do. I did last night what I wanted to do, what I felt like I should have been did. I've been asking questions.
The internet loves mess. And one of the easiest ways to create mess is to pit people against each other, especially two women. And I don't dwell in that. And y'all know that.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing. You let the internet dictate what's going on. We've had conversations, and this is the thing. This is why I thought it was corny, and it's just me personally. I thought it was corny because we have conversations up here. We just have a meeting. If you had an issue, a problem, a situation, or something that you felt, why you ain't bring it to the team? When you came back, Jess, I pulled you to the side. I said, Jess, if you feel uncomfortable, if you don't want Lauren in the room, this is your show. We can make that change whenever you want. Did I not say that to you?
Yeah, you did. It's not about wanting her in the room, yo. It's about the segment. Like it was like y'all
have that conversation
y'all wanted
off
her.
air. If you had a problem, say it. We had a meeting
conversations
yesterday.
off air. What are you talking about?
Not like nobody having my back, because we have your back. As far as the Corey Holcomb thing, y'all been beefing for 11 years.
I'm not worried about it's not even about
you. You're worried about comments. You worried about what people say.
I'm worried about the perception and my reputation up here on this show.
They've been ishing on me for 15 years. They've been ishing on for 15 years.
That's on you. And the things that it's on me for is on me.
I don't let it affect me because I know who I am as a person. I don't give a F what them people say in the comments.
Oh, come on.
I know who I am. I know what I do. If you let them people get in the comments and F with you, you're great at what you do.
Everybody simmer down.
Like you a dope.
You're very
you
dope.
let them people piss you off. No, F them niggas. Like you nice. Like what you do is funny.
I tell them that all the time.
You brought that energy that we needed to the Breakfast Club. Yeah. And you let a bitch ass person in the comments say something to steer you up. I tell you, F them niggas.
We don't even know who these people are.
They could be bots and all that. But, and we doing it on air when we could have did it behind the scenes. Like I F with you the long way, not on some internet-ish. And to hear that through there, that's whack, man.
Very light skinned. But let's go to the phones. 1-800-585-1051. Let's open the phone line. Everybody who's up.
Okay, guys. And y'all pretty much heard that with regards to when Jess came to work, it just seemed like it's a lot going on. But one of the things that really caught my attention is he asked her, like, you don't have your do-rag on today. So it just made me think, like, is she going to work presentable? I understand, you have a child, but you still want to be presentable. But it seemed to me that Jess has some kind of friction with Lauren. Now, I get what she's saying with regards to not being told or whatever, it is that's going on with her job. But at the end of the day, when you work for a company, they can really do what the hell they want to do. So she's still working there. She's still, getting paid. So I think what I'm getting is that she's feeling some kind of way because of the comments. Now, if you guys have followed the Breakfast Club, DJ Envy done been dragged, Charlemagne done been dragged. When Yee was on there, she was dragged. So it seems like she want them to defend her, and it's like, girl, but again, I understand where she's coming from, but it seems like there is a lot to do with online stuff. She said that people didn't start depicting her the way she was doing the news until Lauren came. That's what people do. They're going to say, oh, wait a minute, we like her better. So I don't get with what's going on, but what they did say is, girl, don't get tricked out of your position, because you're listening to these people on the internet, and what they're going to do is pretty much get you fired, because just because you have a contract do not mean that they cannot buy your tail out of your contract. In her rant on social media, she said she's not happy. She said they are telling her that she's never there, which is another indication that if you're not at work, girl, they gonna have somebody, because they need something to fall back on, especially with Angela the Yee leaving, and then they took this long time with selecting somebody. Maybe they just want to have a backup plan, because if she's not happy, they probably not happy either. So it's a lot that can be said with regards to this. I understand her position, but I don't understand the way that she handled it. And we're going to get into her and Lauren's conversation, because as she speak, and her and Lauren actually had a conversation between the two of them, I kind of get the indication that Jess was she was disrespectful. We're gonna just say that.
All I want to do is radio. Okay? All Charlemagne want to do is laugh. And y'all yell at me for laughing. You don't take nothing serious.
They said it's all your fault.
I know. It's always my fault. Okay, I take the good and the bad with everything. It is what it is. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. DJ Envy, Charlemagne the God, Jess Hilarious, Lauren the Roast is here. We're having a conversation because Jess Hilarious went crazy on Instagram last night.
And I knew the live would upset. Charlemagne, you don't get upset, whatever. But I knew that it would upset Envy. I knew it would upset Lauren. That's why you closed the elevator this morning.
That was crazy. Now, why would you do that, Lauren?
I know. I just pulled up at the same time. At the same time when we paused. And she was in front of me.
She saw Jess. She didn't know what Jess was on, so she rushed to
the elevator.
You remember when Q was on Juice?
And this was why
I heard the button though.
I felt like I didn't know what to say to you, because I was so thrown off by parts of that live yesterday. I'm like, bro, we be talking at least enough. Like, we don't got to be friends outside of here. But I feel like I've always said to you off air, whenever things have happened, we've had conversations about a lot of different things. Let's talk. Call me. What's up? What's the issue? What's going on?
The issue is the whole narrative. Like, I understand F the comments and F the people and all that. But it's not all about them. It's how I'm feeling too. What if I'm feeling the same way the people feel? You know what I'm saying? So what? Because niggas online feel a certain way. I feel the same way they feel about it.
Call me and curse me out. Call in and curse me out. Yes, you do.
Yes. Like, okay. I've done that. You know what I mean?
It's a bigger issue sometimes too, because I feel like, all right, you'll call him, you'll cuss him out. We might talk about different situations. But I think a lot of times, if there's an issue for real, and then it don't be no movement in here, it's like there's an issue outside and then there's no movement in here. And then we just all in here like he ha. Like, you're doing a lot of it right now. You laughing and joking, but for real, you know that she's up here crying. Nothing about that is funny. Like, there's real issues and real problems, and we don't really get to the gist of it. Ever.
I want the record to show I see Jess cry a lot. So
it doesn't matter if you see her cry 1,000 times.
It's not about you know what?
I'm not talking to y'all. I'm not talking to y'all. See, because when I try to be serious and talk, you see what I'm saying? You see how they do me?
What I'm saying is that I think at this moment, because this is East Side High, West Side, whatever high we gonna be, we here and we together, so we got to figure this out. And everything's not a joke. And I can understand some of where you was coming from, but bro, part of that live I thought was crazy. I'm like, what, Jess? Like,
what part did you think was crazy?
What part? Because like, it's not like you didn't hear anything in that live that I haven't said to you.
I heard a lot that you didn't say to me.
Okay, so what part did I not say to you?
Okay, so the part about the talking over each other and the hush, be quiet, because you talk about how you feel in real time, right?
Yeah.
I'm feeling in real time. That be quiet. That was crazy. The shut up, I was like, oh, okay, because what we really giving up here. Like, what's up?
Okay,
right?
but none of that was said. You didn't say anything about that.
And then when I pulled you into the office with our EP, with Eddie, the first thing I said to you was, Jess, we fighting for airtime and it shouldn't be like that. I want to know what can I do better as a producer? What can we do better as the two women sitting right here next to each other to make sure that don't happen, because it doesn't look good. It's not going to play well for either one of us.
I literally swear to God, I don't even remember you saying that.
And that's exactly why I had Eddie in the room, or EP,
I never ever heard that.
Because
you have pulled me to the side a few times to ask me, are you okay? How do you feel like about the stories and things like that? You've never said what you just said to me. Now listen. I have said, hush, shut up. You overtalk. And like I said, I'm not about to be up here fighting for no mic. Like, I'm not doing it. If I already got the job, like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not. It's four voices. Three of us are very opinionated. You know what I mean? Me, you, and Charlamagne. I'm not saying Envy don't got no opinion, but he don't jump in every single time there's dead air. You know what I'm saying? When you overtalk. And it's like the only time you can quiet down is if somebody be like, shut up or hush.
My mom won't even tell me shut up, Jess. I'm a grown-ass woman.
And I understand. You could have said that on air right then and there. Right after. But you put me in the office. You never put me nowhere to tell me that.
Because the way that I do things when it comes to my job and my career, that's not what we on. And I told you from the jump, I was never going to give that to you. Ever.
Okay.
And did I not? Our first conversation, I said, if I ever have an issue with you, I'm going to handle it in a way where we can get through a conversation, because we grown. And regardless, you don't got to love me. You don't got to like me, but we here together. I'm here.
And listen, like I said earlier, the internet loves men.
Yes, you are here.
And one of the easiest ways to create men is to pit women against each other.
And you're here because of an opportunity that I extended.
Regardless
no. I'm not sitting here like you don't deserve to be here. I'm not sitting here like you're not here. You're not going anywhere. That's first and foremost, let's get that. It may be my delivery or whatever. But yeah, you are here. I ain't never say you shouldn't be here. I said from the whole jump, yeah, Shorty do the job. Great. She's amazing. That's why I want it to be her segment. I think
y'all can work very well together. And once again, you got to stop letting the internet pit y'all against each other. I know the internet has created a narrative versus Jess personality.
But that's what it is.
And that's what I'm trying to say is the internet is there. We see it. None of us can ignore it. I saw that Corey thing a week ago. It didn't say nothing about it.
Y'all clear up everything else. Nobody want to clear up. I'm not doing that. I don't like you. I'm hating on a.
They say I'm gay.
That's true. That's different now. Come on.
The last time I attempted to do that, Jess, it went so bad that I said I wasn't going to do it again.
To do what?
I don't dislike you. You don't dislike me. The day you came back. That's what my intention is. And we talked about
that was different. The way when I did come back, Lauren, you have to admit that ish was crazy. The way we had a setup, we had something going, we had a whole nother plan. It went left. You came in here and it's like you did something totally different. The first thing that you spoke to was the things in the comments.
I feel like we're having a behind the scenes meeting on air, which is kind of cool. But let's go to commercial or something, and then come back.
Well, the whole thing is we need a resolution, bro. We'll take some phone calls, but like I'm resolution based and not argument based, so let's
you're the number one beige raised person. You ain't never come up with a resolution.
Okay, guys. So I don't know, like, what you guys, what is your take on this? It was really hard to listen to for the simple fact that Lauren is going somewhere. I like how she handles herself. When you work in an environment, a work environment, it doesn't have to be a corporate job. It can be any job. You have to have some kind of decorum. And I feel like Jess just don't have it. You have to present yourself in a way. I get it. She's a stand-up comedian, but she has a different job that she does at this radio station. And if she doesn't want to work there, she should quit, because unfortunately in a job, things happen. They don't always tell you. And she's, rightfully so, she should express her opinion, but telling somebody to shut up, telling people to be quiet and saying that's the only way that I can get you to listen, it's just giving very much, girl, if they don't get you off this show, they will not be renewing your contract because it shows that you're not able to communicate. You can't work with a, wide variety of people. And it just seems like you cannot thrive in a professional environment because you telling somebody to shut up, but then wanting respect is kind of crazy. At the end of the day, you still need to be able to conduct yourself in a manner, so that you can get along with your peers. And it seemed like you're not able to do that. Now, again, I feel like they should have told her, but again, with a job, they do what they want. But I think her addressing it this way was pretty messed up. That's what I feel. And I feel like, even if there was an opportunity to go somewhere else, based on this, she gonna probably have a hard time getting another job at a radio just because stuff changes. I think Lauren conducted herself very well, even to the part where Lauren was talking and just like, well, I'm the one that hired you. Well, this is the thing. And everybody, if you're looking for a job or you're looking for an opportunity, you need to be looking at Lauren. Lauren was there for, a short-term opportunity, but she did such a great job that it looks like they gave her a permanent spot at that place or at that radio station. So listen, Lauren, she delivered. And from what I'm seeing in the comments, people are saying Lauren is together, she polished, she ready, and Jess don't be knowing the stuff. She doesn't know. So again, I don't watch the show. I'm just going off of what I'm reading from other people. They say Jess ain't never prepared. She ain't ready. What it seems like Jess has forgotten is you can definitely get the job, but it don't mean that they can't let your tail go. That's not what, that's not what that means. You still have to deliver while you have the job. So I don't know if that's the case, but it seems like, somewhere along the line, they felt like Lauren was a better fit, but she's still there. So I don't know. Y'all got to let me know what y'all think. I think this is absolutely crazy. I don't know what to think. I think that, there's a few ways to actually look at this. So y'all let me know.